Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Daily Word. Today is Friday, and it is Daily Word number 635. So thanks for joining me this morning as we continue our conversation through the Daily Word and what it means for us, especially in this season of Advent as we gather together. Our devotion comes this morning from What's Left of the Night, the Advent devotional that I've been using personally and use for this time together. So thanks for joining me as always. Thanks for carving out time to be with me as we continue to share our daily word and what it means for us. And thanks for always saying good morning. Thanks for being with me yesterday. I did pre-record that. I don't know if you could tell, but it was pre-recorded. But that works, and it helps us. So I need to turn this off. So for today, the scripture comes from Isaiah. And I love the prophet Isaiah. We've been talking about it. Last Sunday, we're going to hear from Isaiah all during the season of Advent. We talked about it Wednesday night, and it's interesting to me in that second chapter of Isaiah that it says that Isaiah, son of Amoz, this is what he saw concerning the future. And those are such powerful words for us. So from Isaiah chapter 30, verses 20 and 21, we hear these words. Though the Lord may give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet your teacher will not hide himself any longer. Your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. Now, we actually talked about this a little bit before. We've heard these words, this is the way, walk in it. So, we've probably all in our lives tasted, eaten the bread of adversity, and it's not something that any of us would recommend that we eat the bread of adversity. We've probably had the same thing with the water of affliction. Affliction, don't believe it, the saying is what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I don't believe that. It goes down worse than the omelet of oppression. It's just, I don't buy any of that. I think what God calls us to in this season of Advent, and in this text before, and again, as we hear it, that God calls us to clean out the refrigerators, the cupboards, the storage places of our lives, if you will. Anything stale, anything moldy, anything that comes in the form of something that keeps us from God, comes in the form of injustice or hatred or anger or division. We really should throw all that out of the way. Every morsel that looks like a treat that's actually probably poison in our midst. Advent, you see, is a season, as we know, of preparation and anticipation. And in this season of Advent, it seems that we're called back, we're pulled back, if you will, into the kitchen, into the very being of our lives, into the very depths of our souls, to try out the new things in life that nourishes us and strengthens us and gives us the courage to go forward. The possibilities that God moves in us, the possibility that God's going to shape us, the possibility that God is continually to guide us. Your teacher will not hide himself any longer, Isaiah says. Your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. It's the idea of liberation. It's the idea of finding God again in our lives when we're the most hungry and the most thirsty and the most needing to seek God in our lives. And then using that, to offer that to anyone around us who is hungry, anyone around us who is thirsty. And I think once we personally find it and we come back into the kitchen, and we find those things that nourish us, I don't know about you, but I'm just reminded every Sunday as we light another candle and we talk about the words that we use for the candles, hope, peace, joy, and love. I'm always reminded of two things. One, that we have the audacity in this difficult world to hope. We have the audacity to pray and wish for peace. We have the audacity to live in joy in the midst of darkness. We have the audacity to love when everyone around us is calling us to hate somebody different than us. And secondly, I'm reminded every time we light a candle before and then the Christ candle on Christmas Eve that every light that we light dispels the darkness, even just a little bit. And as the candles grow more and as they multiply and as they go on Christmas Eve and we light the place with candlelight, I'm reminded it's then, that God is continuing to move in us and to shape us. The good news of all of this is that there's always room for Christ. There's always room for more in our lives. And then there's this good news that we've shared before that we'll just share again. Your ears shall hear a word behind you. This is the way. Walk in it. That's such good news for us and such the thing that we are called to in this season of Advent. And so I hope that you and I would carve out, clean out, throw away the things that keep us from fully engaging in the season of Advent. That we'll do away with the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, push it to the side and make room. And personally, have the courage, the audacity to hope, to pray for peace, to be full of joy, to offer love wherever it's needed in the world. And that's what God has called us to. And that's, to me, what sustains us and what sustains me in my life. And I hope it does you as well as we move through this holiest of seasons together. So thanks for joining me today as we end this week. Hope you'll join us Sunday morning for worship. We are going to light that Advent candle of peace on Sunday morning. We're going to hear the words of John the Baptist again that challenge us to live differently. Coffee hour, fellowship hour downstairs, be lots of good things to share in conversation. Join us at 10:15, and then again Monday here for our daily word at 10 o'clock. Have a great day and a great weekend. Know of God's love and know of my love for you.